Hello, I'm back for another Aetheraids defense video because my team has changed considerably since the last time I made a video. And even after this week, I actually summoned a few other units that I could use to give some skills to Kagura and Eliwood. So yeah, my team has improved again. After many orbs, I spent too many. I was looking for a Tiban so I could give Thracia sturdy impact, but I went like to 4% pity every time, and every time I summoned a 5-star it was like Thea or Mordecai, which was disappointing because I went through, what's it, like 600 orbs, but at least I got 2 Nylas and 2 Keatons out of it overall, so I guess orb to 5-star ratio wise it wasn't bad. It's just I got pity broken 3 times before it. Initially I actually went like 300 orbs without getting a focus unit, which was pretty demoralizing, but it evened out at the end, so I guess I can't be too mad, except for like the first half. So I've switched to this map because of 2 reasons. First is this unbreakable wall here, which lets me place this panic mana in this spot, and this panic mana position is pretty vital, I would say, because it lets me threaten very far up into the enemy space. And because, well, just for this match only, because I summoned a knight, I wanted to test out null counter and QR self. And this is only because I didn't want people starting my map for free, repositioning and dancing out, and then just sniping my units after that. So I decided to switch back to the panic bot self. Honestly, I'm thinking of replacing Micaiah with another unit. After New Year's Air, I wanted to make use of that dagger, right? So I was thinking either Tethys or Bath Camilla as candidates to use that dagger, and I was going to give them HP res in the A and Seal slot, so I can run Tamari Plus with Res Refine, of course, and Sudden Panic. So I can basically have a Micaiah, like slightly weaker Micaiah in terms of debuffing, because Tamari is -5, whereas Yoon's Whisper is a -6 debuff, but she can run Sudden Panic and basically just, you know, ruin the enemy's day, because at the end of the day, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 4 spots will not be safe from Panic, because I'm planning on switching Self to Panic Ploy if I'm running Sudden Panic on my dagger unit in this spot. So that means these 4 spots are susceptible to Panic. This entire column is susceptible to Panic. So that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spots. Or, I don't know, even more, like 10, I guess, if they bring less buildings. So that doesn't really leave a lot of space for the enemy player to be working with, especially because I have Sudden Panic as well. This tactics room is basically just to protect Self here, to prevent hit and run on the right side of the map, and Healing Tower is there because basically, I don't know, I want to heal these 4 units. It's fine if Kagura takes, I don't know, Bolt Tower. Azura's only there to dance, so her being hit with Bolt Tower doesn't really make a difference to me. And that's basically all the changes that I've made thus far. I did summon Brave Eliwood, so I could give my regular Eliwood Swift Sparrow 3 and attack speed Ruse 3 as well. And I wanted to be working with a Ruse skill because I'm running a Rally Trap, right? So it's only natural that I want to use a Ruse skill, especially because the stat debuff and guard is just incredibly powerful, and it applies at the start of your turn when you rally, right? So let's say someone smited in like a tank into this spot here, and they decide to end turn with a bunch of buffs, like blue buffs, right? Well, as soon as Kagura rallies, you apply debuff and you apply guard. Guard is incredibly strong because a lot of people like to run, you know, Brave Lucina or Special Acceleration. So it just really messes with people's offensive strategies that way. Plus the stat debuff at the start, because people can dance to get rid of, you know, Yoon's Whisper or Panic, right? So when they end turn, it really makes it dangerous to position themselves in this spot because they'll have guard and stat debuffed as well. And I was debating on whether or not I really need null follow-up or defense res bruise 3 so I can debuff all 4 stats by 5. I guess null follow-up only really works against like Mer and Wary Fighter units, but maybe it's better if I take off null follow-up because that means that Aylwood might be able to deal more damage in one hit, so he'll move first and then Cargo can come in for the follow-up. So Aylwood can go in, panic with Panic Smoke that I recently gave him as well. And this is just for cases where super tanks have like insane amount of HP and defense through buffing. So Aylwood would just attack into them because he has sturdy impact on his weapon. He won't be doubled, and the only units that will be able to double him back are like other null follow-up units are running like QR or something like that. So it's really hard to avoid being doubled by this Aylwood. And then he'll panic you after, and then one of my 2 damage carries, Thracia or Kagura, will come in for the KO. And that's the direction that I'm looking to take my team. Azura's fully decked out now, so she has Wings of Mercy, Guidance, and she also has Torrent Dance for Kagura when she rallies. But anyways, so this is the first match I went with null counter, and honestly it didn't go that well in my mind because I feel like if I had Sudden Panic, everybody here would be panicked basically, and this Altina would die a lot faster. Still, it was a good test run. From here, it should be pretty straightforward for this player to finish off the rest of my team. But yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with how this team is turning out. Yeah, even I'm struggling to find a way to have a deathless run against my own team. I think the best I can do right now is like sacrificing 1 unit, which is not what you want to do, but I guess a sign of a good defense team that I've made. The best part is that it can be even better. I can make Thracia more threatening as well. I was thinking of giving her Sturdy Impact and a different C skill. Maybe Times Pulse and giving her Luna, and then giving her Flashing Blade in the seal slot, just to make her extra annoying with Sturdy Impact, and maybe a Merge to get rid of her defense Bane. She'll hit like 33 defense, and then plus her weapons effect is like 37 defense. So that's an insane amount of bulk right there, and if anyone's panicked, well, I guess that means that she doubles you, you know? Anyways, back to the match. So we have a Naga with an insane amount of defense on enemy phase and chill speed, right? We have the Shield Pulse build, the Shield Pulse Pavis build. And his stats us. Oh, he's so fast and he has so much HP. Alright. Yeah, this is when I switch back to my Panic Self, so Rutger will be the only one to avoid being panicked. And oh my lord, look at this Alphonse. That's a lot of stats, and he's plus 10. Pretty standard Azura that buffs res. And we have a pretty well built Ross, actually. Standard Axe build, I guess, that you would want to go on a lot of Axe units like Libra or Echidna. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
We wish you a happy new year.
I think this duo skill's pretty damn good. Now you can run like pulse teams on offense. Or like not male, melee Gale Force units. Still, because Cargo is a monstrous unit, she takes out that Duo Alphons. Anyways, from here it's pretty much over, I want to say. Yeah. Thracia does so much damage. Like, her attack stat might not look like much, but with killing intent and whatever her weapon's called, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, she gets like +4 attack and -5 res on you, so she deals like +9 attack just from her skills. And I guess Flashing Blade 4 adds 5 damage, and she doubles you, so it's like a lot of damage that adds up over time. Alright, next team. Just want to say, Gaetian is like a really good weapon to give your dancer. Because just having a ranged chill debuff on a sword is just really good. And if a support unit can do multiple things to support the team, then, you know, even better. All the best units can do multiple things. +10 Cecilia. Alright. I don't think this person really has much in the way of approaching my team. Cecilia can't really attack into any of my targets that are in range. Lucina, I believe, is only able to double Eliwood, but she has to gamble on a trap, which is a bit of a risky play, and I wouldn't go for it. She could attack Self, but he's bulky, and Tiefing basically guarantees that he's 5s anyways, so you're gonna need like a dance to get out, or overcommit if you want to take out a unit. So I guess the only way of beating my team is basically to just start them out by attacking Self and backing off out of Cargro's range post-dance and Eliwood's range. After that, you'd be able to pick off these units. And that's pretty much the only weakness with my team right now that I can see, which I am looking into fixing eventually. And I'm going to do that by replacing Micaiah with a Tamari Plus unit. And giving Self like either DC Vantage or DC Null Counter and QR, depending on what kind of units that I run to most often in AR defense. So as you can see there, Olivia was in range. So if that Olivia was not in range, right, then everyone else would basically just follow suit. And like this, maybe Cargo would be behind Eliwood, and then she would be able to, or he or she, I don't know the gender of this person, would be able to take out Eliwood with, I guess, Lucina, or I don't know. The units are all bunched up together, so being sudden panicked might make it difficult for them to take out Eliwood, who's like really bulky with Thracia's buffs. He has 33 defense. That's pretty rough. Yeah. Looks like this person is not prepared for my team. I think these units are gonna... Yeah, you're gonna struggle. So anyways, let's just have a look at their stats, because I want to show off the power of panic and debuffs. Just look at this, like, -12 just cripples a unit, like, stat-wise. -7, -6, -6, -6, -6, -12. These stat debuffs make a lot of difference, and it's basically your only way of fighting stat balls or like power creep units. Granted, I'm using Thracia, which is one of the best green mages in this game, actually. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to put bread on the table. I'm also using Legendary Azura, but really, can you blame me? Can you blame me? You probably can, but you know, I just wanted to make a defense team that will make my enemies scream. Wait, I lost track of where it was. Was it this guy? Alright, that's who I just watched. On to the next one. So yeah, overall, pretty happy with how my team is doing so far. And the best part is, it's not even full potential yet. There's like a couple skills I could add as well. I was thinking of giving Cell Harsh Command Plus as well, to make sure that Eliwood is free of debuffs. Nice, this person takes out the Panic Mana. Gives you more room to take out units. But I guess I couldn't figure out how to properly start because they kind of just like all-in and just attacked a bunch of units. They attacked Self so he wouldn't panic anymore. And then I guess Nino took out Eliwood because on play phase he's guaranteed, almost guaranteed to take out somebody. But that just means the rest of my team are in range, so yep, that happens, and that happens. I'm not sure about Ether on Aversa. Takes a lot of time to charge. I guess it doesn't matter as much because she's mostly a support unit. And then from here it's pretty much over. So, I'm recording this obviously after the Fae channel, and I wanted to talk about it, so I guess I'll just put it here. I thought they were doing pretty well up until halfway in when everybody just decided that turn a 180 on like with their opinions on this Fae channel, because with the introduction of the Fae Pass, you have quality of life changes that would make this game actually so much better. Like auto repeat should be a free feature. I guarantee more people would be like playing this game because of like auto repeat. It would make things so much easier. You just do something, leave it on auto repeat, and it's locked behind a monthly subscription. Yeah, the Divine Pulse thing, I guess, is like also would be a nice free quality of life feature, but I would say auto repeat is the better one, and so many other gacha games have it for free as well. And at this point, it should just be like a free feature. And of course, the Resplendent Heroes is the focus of the controversy, and well, like basically everyone else, I'm not a fan of it because it basically means because it looks like they're targeting Gen 1 units, right? And Resplendent Heroes gets basically plus 10 stats, plus 2 to all stats, right? That is basically a lot of stats. Well, I guess for Gen 1 units, it won't make that much of a difference, but it's like, if you want to keep using your units and having them be competitive, or more competitive, right? Then I guess you'll just have to pay, what, $950 US for the month that your Resplendent hero is released, right? And Cordelia is one I wasn't sure needed the stat boost, because she has a 35-35 stat line, right? If you give her the Resplendent buff and plus 10, and Dragon Flowers, right? So plus 10 gives you 4 stats, Dragon Flowers gives you plus 1 to all your stats, and Resplendent gives you plus 2. So she ends up getting plus 7 stats from merging and Dragon Flowers and the Resplendent buff, right? So she ends up being at 42-42 at max investment before IVs, right? So if you go for neutral, you probably have an extra plus 1, or you can go with 45 attack or speed. That's pretty nuts. It's pretty strong for an offensive Lance Flyer. Yeah. So, and I was thinking about it, right? And I was like wondering, you know, what if Self got one, right? Like, would it technically count as an alt? Probably not. But like, those plus 10 stats goes a long way in helping him compete against all these other units. I mean, I know that he has Tearfing, which kind of invalidates the need for like speed, defense, and res. Personally, I don't want to spend money on the Fair Pass because I don't think it's worth it. Well, I mean, I don't want to support this kind of behavior, so I'm not going to buy it, even if it'll make Self stronger. Or who knows, maybe I'll be swayed by his Resplendent art. You know? It's just pretty disappointing, but again, I have too much fun playing this game, so I'm probably just gonna keep playing until the servers go down. But everything else about the anniversary, I liked. I liked the Divine Code buying skills, except for the paths. You know, I get that they want to limit the amount of good skills I can hand out, because I saw Summer Levitain. Mirror Impact is a desirable skill, right? There's a bunch of units you can put that skill on, like, you can put it on Klein, you can put it on basically any mage you want, you can put it on Legendary Julia, regular Julia, and so on. Or even melee units if you want to make like a Dragon Slayer, like Fear. But personally, I think more freedom given to the players should be would be a good thing, right? If I want to spend this amount of Divine Codes on this, let me do it. Even if it's more expensive, right? I don't want to go through the paths just for one skill, right? Now, for example, let's say I wanted to get Cliff, right? I had to go through, like, what? Spring Paola and a bunch of other units, like Spring Bruno. Like, I don't want those units. Like, I'm forced to buy those units, well, manuals, before I get to Cliff for one skill, right? And, well, I don't know how much the manuals will cost, right? But essentially what I'm saying is I don't want to buy like dud manuals just so I can get one skill. Like, it's a waste. I think it's a waste of my currency. And if you're really worried about certain skills being too easily accessible, raise the price, right? If you want like to put tier 4 skills in the shop, then make them more expensive than other manuals, just so it's harder to get, or it takes me more time. I don't want to go through these paths. It's pointless. I'm not going to use the manuals. Yeah. Back to this. Just checking the skills. Super Fume, Null Counter, Duma, and a +2 Fate. That's my only criticism with the Divine Codes thing. Other than that, I think it's an amazing feature to add into the game, even if it adds more currencies. And I guarantee you, reposition fodder from Divine Codes will be very sought after. What else? Hero Rises and Voting Gauntlet. I guess this is kind of a better way of choosing the winner, but Voting Gauntlet isn't a popularity contest anymore, so I would say it's still a horrible way to decide the winner because of the multiplier bonuses. But, you know, people will complain no matter what. People complained that it wasn't fair that the less popular character lost a popularity contest, so, I mean, yeah, they're just kind of at a loss at this one. Personally, I want to get, or I'm voting for Altina because I just want a free Astra Mythic. I've been unlucky in getting Astra Mythics, so it would go a long way in helping me out. Oh yeah, this is... I think this person also exploited another weakness in my team. And might make me reconsider where I want to put my fortress. I might move it up one spot so they can't do this. Let's just watch what happens, because this Brave Ike is actually very super buff. He gets like +6, +4, +7, so +13, +16. So he gets +16 to his defense. So he's very, very buff. Plus, this side of the map isn't affected by panic anyways, so you can super buff on this side. So I might consider swapping my fortress with where Brave Ike is, so they can't do this. Unfortunately, his Brave Ike dies though. And Eliwood goes on a rampage. Of course, take out the Thracia. Oh my god, Azura survived. That's hilarious. Yeah. There was one thing that I wanted out of the anniversary, even after watching just only the first half. I wanted more, I guess, community interaction. Do you remember those quizzes that they did on the Twitter page? Basically, just more of those, or maybe something special for anniversary, or even having the Hero Rises voting thing on Twitter. Or maybe that's not, or I'm not sure about that actually. But yeah, just give us something more interesting other than, I guess, just orbs. The 333 grails was actually really, really nice, because grails are pretty hard to come by. But I guess not everybody really needs them, but I appreciate them. I need grails. Anyways, this guy has a really nice Norn. Yeah, overall I'd say the anniversary was, I want to say okay. Alright, before I go back to whatever I was talking about. So another reason why I want to put Sudden Panic on this unit here is so that they can't just attack Sell-Off like this and basically get buffed for free. So imagine I had, say, I don't know, Bath Cam with Sudden Panic here. Or, oh actually no, I would be putting Panic Ploy on Sell-Off anyways, so yeah. No, but I'll be giving him Quick Riposte, so this Altina wouldn't be able to one-shot. Yeah. I believe that was it, and Altina is able to solo the rest of my team. Anyways, back to the 3rd anniversary for Heroes. Basically everything they did was expected except for one thing, and this was the 4-star seasonal focus, which I think is a good change because I don't know, I feel like seasonals are just more or less units that you get either one of or you go all in for like the +10. And most people just want one, right? So having a focus for one of those units is really nice. Although I don't know what will happen with like the focus rates if you get the 4-star focus. Hopefully it doesn't reset. Alright, how I see this working is the P rates go up as normal, but only resets if you get a 5-star. I would say that's the best way of going around it, because there's so many 4-star units that if the 4-star focus resets, it'll be really, really weird. Or I don't think it'll be fair, if you know what I mean, because both the percentage for the 5 and 4-star heroes go up at the same time. +10, +1, +10. Look at those stats. And Caden. Okay, I think this was probably the success that I was most happy to see, because this is just the good old Brave Ike tank strat, right? But he doesn't have an Astra mythic. If he had like an Astra mythic, he could dodge this panic mana. But he doesn't. Instead, he buffs with Caden and Lucina. Everybody gets panicked. Those are some nice stats on Caden and Ike. It'd be a shame if one person were to panic them all. If you tried to do this on this side, on here, it's possible he might have been able to get away with it. I mean, he's still in range of Eliwood, but at least he wouldn't have gone panicked at the start. Yep, everybody just gets panicked. And look at that. He gets debuffed, and he gets lunged away from both Lucina and Caden. And now Cargo and Thracia, or hell, even Self, is in range to follow up and take out this Ike. And this is basically what I wanted to do when I wanted to counter super tank strategies. So very happy with how this turned out. And now, you know, Eliwood's just going ham in the back line. And as you can see, all my units moved up very nicely. And then they surrendered because, you know, their Brave Ike was gone and they lost another unit. So it's pretty grim for them at this point. Not really much they could have done. And this is the last replay. 4 defeats. Alright, right. Oh my, this is one air. Mirror Impact, Disarm Trap, and Pulse Smoke, and Swift Sparrow too. Wow. Another Brave Ike with Lull. Oh, that's actually not a bad skill to go on him, actually. Lull attack defense. Not bad, not bad. Helps make him pretty bulky. Alright, let's see what they do. Yep, they decide to tank the left side. think started pretty well. I wonder what went wrong, because they did lose 4 people. My guess is Brave Ike gets stuck on the left side with no support because there's a choke point. Right, takes out cargo. And then moves everyone back. Okay. Ground order's putting in work. Eliwood just getting out of control, you see. Alright. Okay, I can see how he lost 4 units. So it just looks like his Brave Ike soloed and the rest of his team kind of just died. Yeah, the best part about this Eliwood is he's actually incredibly hard to take down, especially if he gets an initiation on you and panics your squad. Yeah, and Ike's just having fun time soloing there. Alrighty. That's all the replays for today, this episode. I think it'll be a while before I complete my my dark team. I think it's dark. Anima. I mean anima. I keep making that mistake. Yeah, just a couple changes here and there. I need another sturdy impact, possibly harsh command plus, and I was gonna I'm probably replacing Micaiah with Bath Cam, so I'm just waiting on enough grails to +10 her. But yeah, that was it. Hopefully you guys have better luck summoning than I did. I got pretty damn screwed over. That'll be it from me today, so I guess I'll see you guys next time.